in terms of how it's allowing itself to be handled by those who are using Canada as a proxy to somewhere arm twist other nations, including Bharat. We've got another question, question number 3. Let's move on to that. Do you believe Canada is turning a blind eye to Khalistani extremists? 82% of the respondents believe yes, Canada is turning a blind eye. Only 7% of the respondents have come back to say no, we don't think so. An overwhelming number believes Canada is turning a blind eye to Khalistani extremists, and Aman Sharma and Siddhant, clearly our respondents of the News 18 Pulse survey are echoing what Chandra Arya, a sitting MP in the Canadian Parliament, is saying.
Well, absolutely, Anand. And in which other country would you tolerate such an activity where, death threats are issued to serving diplomats, including the High Commissioner? Assassination threats are posed even against our Prime Minister on Canadian soil, but Canada does not act against it. Have you heard of any punitive action against such elements by Canada for such conspiracies being hashed on Canadian soil by these pro-Khalistani elements? I think that is the feeling in the Indian establishment, and now our own survey is highlighting that feeling amongst Indians as well, that Canada is not acting enough against these pro-Khalistani elements. In fact, the most, infamous vocal speaker of this Khalistani cause, Pannun, in fact, said in an interview that he's providing information to Justin Trudeau's office. What more can be more, bigger indictment than that? I think Mr. Trudeau's administration is not only not acting against the Khalistani elements on their soil, but in fact collaborating with them actively to build up false cases against a democratic country like India.
Siddhant, is there also a feeling perhaps Bharat was too soft, tolerant and accommodating initially when these Justin Trudeau's utterances started surfacing, the presence of these Khalistani extremists on Canadian soil started becoming more prominent? Did Bharat take a little too much time to react and counter as fiercely as Justin Trudeau's assault was?
Yeah. Anand, first of all, I would like to add to what Aman said. They are not only ignoring the Khalistani groups, but they are also employing them. The latest example is Sandeep Singh Sidhu. The other day, Anand, we were discussing about his involvement in the assassination of Balwinder Singh Sindhu in Punjab, the Shaurya Chakra awardee. Now he's serving as an employee in Canada Border Agency. And not just one example, Anand. In fact, yesterday, while speaking to PTI, Sanjay Verma said that now, these groups, these elements are very much a part of the government. So the same government which India is dealing with is perhaps has been infiltrated by people with the Khalistani separatist ideology. So that is also a challenge for the Indian government. Coming back to the question you asked, Anand, right now India is growing. Perhaps India is the one of the best performing economies across the world. And we don't want any tensions. We don't want any issues. And if there are, then we believe in resolving those issues. We are ready to come on the table. Even in the Canada's case also, Anand, we from the first day, I remember Mr. Bakshi was the spokesperson at that time. Yes. And when on first day the issue was raised, he made it very clear, we're ready to look into the case. Come up with the evidence, come up with the proof. So India wanted to, look into and cooperate the way India is cooperating as far as the US case is concerned. But Mr. Trudeau, Anand, you and me have been tracking it, and we know that, he's facing heat from his own MPs. The challenge before him is to be the leader of his own party. So what he needs theatrics. He needs to be seen as somebody fighting for the country. He wants a consolidated Sikh vote bank with him, and that is why he is doing all this. So in Indian government, Anand, while hitting back at Canada, what the words chosen and the lines which were used by the spokesperson were very selective, and were not hitting directly to Mr. Trudeau. But last time, 2 weeks back, when the statement came, it was directly mentioning Mr. Trudeau's name and his government, because there was no option left. It's time for the Indian government to expose Mr. Trudeau and tell the word, boss, this person has a political motive, and he's putting the relations with India on stake just for his own political motives. So, you know,
we've got
it's a loss for Canada because we were,
not
because
just
we were moving towards FTA.
See, but successive governments have not, since 2007, we've had no extraditions. Now, if you were to go by what Daniel Boardman is saying, he's a Canadian journalist, they have removed Goldie Barar's name from the RCMP's most wanted list, while their own government and their own external affairs minister, etc., have named Lawrence Bishnoi. Lawrence Bishnoi and Goldie Barar are the same gang, and they are partners and cahoots with each other. But you have removed one person from your most wanted list while you're pointing fingers at the other one who's sitting in jail here, who's in jail here in Bharat. So quite ironical what's going on. We've got to take a short break, but there are more questions and more details on the survey, and we request our reporters and guests to stay on with us. We will see you on the other side.